Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga, together with Azimio la Umoja leaders, had narrowed it down to a 3 minimum demand from William Samoei Ruto and his government. It's either Ruto was going to deal with these 3 to sort out the problem, or if not, then Azimio had been prepared to push for that agenda through the mass action. Number 1 on that list was cost of living. Number 2, it was all about IBC, constituting of the new IBC, because we know the other team is going. Number 3, opening of the server. And when we talk about cost of living, it is a broad discussion because it touches from the basic commodity like food, you come to electricity, you come to fuel. And yesterday, after William Ruto urging Raila Odinga to call off for the mass action and embrace dialogue, Raila decided to go the dialogue way. And as they went to the dialogue, the demand are still 3. Cost of living, IBC, servers. So we asked a question on this punchline in an opinion poll that we launched. And we were asking the viewers of the channel, do you agree with Raila Amolo Odinga's decision to call off for the mass action? So we had 3 options, yes, no, or confused. And the people voted on that. That opinion poll is favoring the position that Raila Amolo Odinga took. And I can tell you on this channel, 60% of our viewers here are those who are supporting Raila Amolo Odinga ideas. They are aligned to Raila Odinga, or I can say they are followers who trust in Raila Amolo Odinga ideology. 40% is the other people who support William Ruto, and then the other people who are not aligned to any political side, but they just listen to what we are commenting here. So I want to go through the opinion poll, and again I'm going to compare with 2 other opinion polls to understand the position of Kenyans as far as the issue of embracing an bipartisan approach to dealing with those issues that Azimio is raising. So this is what I asked. Do you support Raila Odinga's decision to suspend demonstration as requested by Ruto? Number 1, yes. 72% voted yes. Number 2, no. 24% voted no. Number 3, confused. 4% are confused. Total number of votes is 1,600. If this was a ballot and this is what we can collect from the public, then I can tell you 1,000 is a good number to use for a research. So our opinion poll is legit. There was no rigging here. You just vote one time. You cannot repeat. So going with this number, they are genuine, and we can use this opinion poll for to analyze if it is politics in that line. Because already we have 1,000, that's the threshold. And I want to compare this with the other 2 opinion polls that was launched on another site. But if we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, we are going to Kenyans.co.ke. They launched 2 different opinion polls. And this was the first one. Do you think Raila Odinga should call off demonstrations as requested by President Ruto? Those who voted yes is 57%. Those who voted no is 43%. Total number of votes is 11,070. You can see that's big. We are talking about 11,000 people voting. And you can see the difference between 43 and 57 is 14%. That is huge. So, majority are voting to agree with Raila Odinga to all of demonstrations. Another one, before we go to the reason why. Now, after Raila Odinga calling off demonstration, this is what they're asking. Do you support Raila Odinga's move to call off countrywide protests? The first one, remember, it was about Ruto call for Raila Odinga, Ruto request to Raila Odinga to stop demonstration. That was Ruto requesting. 57% agreed. Now this one Raila Odinga has called off. The question is, do you support? Those who voted yes, 67%, which is a higher number compared to the other one. Those who voted no is 33%. Total number of votes, 11,321. That is how these people have voted there. So you can see the difference there is huge. It's 30 plus. So comparing those three opinion polls, they are favoring the dialogue way. They agree with the position of William Ruto to ask Raila Odinga to call off demonstrations. They are agreeing with the position of Raila Odinga calling off demonstration to embrace dialogue, which they have said it is non-partisan approach. So that tells you that most of Kenyans are of the view of dialogue. They are agreeing with the position of these two leaders to embrace a dialogue. But then from there, the other big question will be, this dialogue is revolving around what? When Raila went to a handshake with the Uhuru Kenyatta, he read out a speech explaining the key point they had agreed to work on. And they worked towards it. Now, with this one, they were still holding to the three key issues: cost of living, IBC, and service. So those people who have voted here believe that these leaders are going to concentrate on those three key issues, because that is what was driving this mass action. It gave Raila Odinga latitude to speak to this government, expressing the anger, the disgruntlement, and the feelings of Kenyans about how they have been mistreated by this government. So it gave Raila Odinga the required numbers, because it was the majority Kenyans who were speaking it. So this is the public majority speaking. Ruto had no option but to give in. Now, I'm seeing Ruto embracing, first of all, the issue of IB. So he has started with the IEBC. They want to choose a panel that is not partisan. And that is, when you're choosing these members of parliament, so they will discuss on this issue without necessarily favoring either side. And then Raila Odinga said that they will have other people from outside, those who don't have any interest in this matter, to be part of the formulation of the new IBC approach. But again, we have to remind them, for these people to continue keeping their supporters, and especially for Raila Odinga, he must push for the issue of cost of living. Let him tell William Ruto to sort out the issue of cost of living. Because then that was the biggest agenda that even made those who voted for William Ruto to have a second thought on either supporting Ruto to continue with that line or now realign with Raila Odinga. Some people had been convinced that Raila was the right leader. They made a wrong mistake by voting for Ruto. So they were already convinced that Raila is the person to follow. The reason was that Raila was discussing the issue of high cost of living. Because for them, they don't have a problem with the IBC, they don't have a problem with the server, they had a problem with the high cost of living. And of course, the Azimio side, same. They have to address that issue of high cost of living. So bila tulisema watu wakonjaa kwa hii nchi, bado watu wakonjaa bwana. Hiyo maongezi peke yake haijaleta chakula. You're still hungry. Sisi hatuna chakula. Sisi hatuna uwezo hata wa kununua hizo as of now. The cost of living is still high. So let Azimio leaders push for the cost of living so that Ruto can do something on this as they discuss the issue of IBC. Lastly, mambo ya saba. Hapo ndio sasa kuko na kizungumkuti. They have to discuss the issue of server and sort out. Because you know, for Azimio, they were just holding to one thing. They even went further to release their results. And it was, if Ruto has a different result from this one, let him release. He did not. He never ordered IBC to open the servers. So the question is, will they sort out that issue? Because these people who are voting, they are focused on those three things: cost of living, IBC, servers. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation.